succeed, y'all. Thank you, Honey Hyena. I love alliteration. Yes, yes, yes. $10 from Finn. Thank you so much. They say, hello, everyone. Well, hello, Finn. It's time. We're flying right into Samurai Jack of Battle Through Time with a flying coconut.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm a flying coconut. Thanks for joining us from wherever you are around the globe. Today, I'm going to be showing off Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. I'm going to be showing off any % New Game Plus on the easiest difficulty. I'm the current world record holder for this category and one of the mods for our games community. I'm also joined by 2 of our other community mods, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ponton. I'm most well known in the Dead or Alive fighting game community, but I also started off my speedrunning career in Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. I look forward to enjoying this run with you guys.
Hi there, guys. I'm StrikingDarkness. I am also a moderator for the community. I also am a runner for both Mom and world record holder for Samurai difficulty, New Game Plus, and I was the pretty much first one to 100% this game on Xbox via True Achievement.
All right, let's see. So I just want to double check the results of the incentive. I think it's going to be this Samurai Armor, correct?
Let's double check here. Give it one more second. Yep, Samurai Armor is in the lead drastically.
All right, sounds good. That's my favorite. So let's see. All right, so as we're getting started here, some things to note. Since this is New Game Plus, I prepared a save file ahead of time with all the weapons, items, abilities we'll need for the run. Let's see. The main movement of this run is a new glitch that we just found a couple weeks ago, which is significantly improving the times. Let's see. We're calling it a hover dive. So what it is normally we can do this jump and do a dive and we'll go to the ground. But with this glitch, we'll do the jump and then fly through the air. So that's going to be the main movement for the run. We're just going to be chaining those together in the air to just glide over mob fights, barriers, all the way to the boss fight. But it's really new, so bear with me if I mess it up a couple times and fall. Let's see. So we're just going to back out here and get started. After this cutscene, we're going to go to a black screen, and then we'll do a countdown. As soon as I hit A here is when time's going to start. So, you guys ready?
I think I am.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
So Coconut's actually trying to get to the highest point right here so that not only can he do the hover dive, but chain the hover dive into the hover dive and hopefully clear over this first mob, which he might be able to make. No, he didn't. Oh,
too short.
Okay, so now he has to just take on like 5 enemies real quick. Just wait for them to each spawn. He's shooting them with piercing arrows that are overkilling them by a lot because this is the easiest difficulty of the game, which gives Jack a plus 80% damage. You'll mainly be watching him do hover dives, but if he's not doing a hover dive, he'll generally be either doing a sprint or a sliding dash roundhouse kick, which is the second fastest movement in the game.
Okay, here you'll see me menuing a lot here to switch the auto-targeting for the ranged weapons, as it lets me have like really quick fire going to target all these enemies.
Typically in Samurai Jack, the enemies, the more enemies in one mob there is, the less damage, the less health they have. So he's just using a machine gun since 1 or 2 bullets is going to take him out in one shot.
Yep. Let's see, so right here, we're going to do some of those jumps to get out of bounds by hopping on some invisible walls.
And we're going to head straight over to the boss fight, basically, and skip over the second half of this level.
Okay. Yeah, and this is not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, as you can see, by chaining the hover dives together, you actually, it ends up making Jack fly.
Oh,
no. Okay. Dash good.
Yes, yes, dive good. Uh-oh.
Oh, dive good.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, good. There is a glitch there that can happen where if you hit the checkpoint after you've hit the cutscene trigger, it can despawn the Scotsman. Oh, by the way, that was the Scotsman, and say goodbye, everyone.
First boss, yeah. Blown away.
So here we are on stage 2. Just to give, since we have a little more time, just to give a little quick heads up. The story of this game basically is canon according to Gendy Tartakovsky and the story in Season 5 writers. It takes place during the final episode of the series. Basically, Jack is in a time portal with Ashi, and Aku decides to knock him out of the time portal into a pocket dimension. And we're going to use a little hover dive right here to get through this first mob fight, get underneath the gate before it closes. And we're coming up against our first 2D section, which we can only move left and right normally unless we skip over the trigger, which we're not going to do right now. And then what's going to happen up here is you're going to see Coconut use the ramp, like the specific angle of the ramp, to help make our hover dive become a vertical hover dive. To get on top of the collision of the environment right there.
Yep,
to become
on this invisible wall. Yep.
Yeah. And now he's just going to do a leap of faith by going out into the distance there and hope that we hit a cutscene and then a trigger. If we hit the checkpoint, it will load the second half of the level, despawning the first half. But unfortunately, he got a little too excited there. And
I know, I fell.
So with the hover dives, what's going on is you're canceling out of the jump good into a projectile throw, followed by a heavy attack. And then while the heavy attack has started, so there's a slight delay, you have to push the light attack button in order to actually extend it, make him go parallel to the ground, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
And what's nice about all these skips is that we are basically skipping a whole bunch of mini bosses, forced encounters, forced waves, anything that can really slow us down.
It's roughly a 10 minutes of save time right here.
Yes.
So we skipped the entire Boone's Castle, which is the name of the stage. He's going to switch over to the machine gun real quick. Maybe. And then, and then use the machine gun to just take out all these spawns real quick. Because these guys also have like low health.
Oh, okay.
And now it's our time to climb the mountain. Now this is actually an interesting area of the game because it makes it seem like we're going to go out of bounds, but actually it's like by design that we're able to go up there, just not this quick or not this fast.
Yep, a lot of these jumps are due to some of the abilities and upgrades that we have since this is New Game Plus. All right.
And then here we go with the actual out of bounds of this area. We're just going to jump on top of this tree. We're supposed to go to the 2D section right over there as those guys are waiting for us, and make sure we're not targeting them. And hopefully we can get a vertical jump.
We'll do the backup, yeah. Oh,
there we go. You see, there's that sliding roundhouse kick I was talking about. Now we're going to try. Now this is actually a narrow pathway right here, so if he goes too far to the left or right, it will push you straight down to the bottom.
Okay,
so
nice.
Save some time there. About like 10 seconds, I think. And then we're just going to save some time running up the path by jumping up and using this tree.
Nice.
Now it's for the boss
we're
fight.
at the boss for this area. First, we have a couple more mobs to take care of.
And we're trying to get one Ki here to help take the two first bosses, which we just got. That's the flame at the bottom left. That's our super, and that will take out the first two bosses on the same exact frame.
Yes. Okay. So here I'm going to pop my Ki, which is like an ultimate. It's what we use to take out the first boss.
He was too far out of range.
Too far away.
Don't worry.
Okay, that's okay.
Just a little bit extra time.
Yes, and then we'll use our arrows to take out this next
the guarding boss.
Yeah.
So the bow and arrow is going to be the other way you're going to see Coconut taking out enemies and mobs, because with the auto aim feature, you're able to cancel firing a bow and arrow into the movement option, and then cancel the movement into another bow fire. So he's able to rapid fire a lot of these arrow shots. You wouldn't be able to get away with this a lot in the harder difficulties, but on this low difficulty where Jack has an 80% boost, barely getting over there. Good job, Coconut.
Turn this off.
Unfortunately, you got lucky there then, because sometimes it would have liked to you would have cost you that whole skip.
Yep.
Yeah, we did get lucky there.
Okay, we turn that back on.
So just have a small mob here, and then we're going to skip over this next mob.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Good job.
Ooh. Yeah, just barely made it.
And now we're coming up against the mountain. Inside the mountain's the ancient Viking king, who's asking us to fight for battle so he can go to Valhalla. In this pocket universe, Aku's making Jack go ahead and fight and replay his most memorable moments, trying to hope that it might be the last moments for him again. And instead of going into the cave and spending 20 minutes wandering around with a ceiling, we're just going to go over the mountain and on top of the cave. And hopefully the Ancient King will let us in the back door, and then we'll be nice enough to kill him in one shot. He's going to be using his piercing arrow. The piercing arrow. So there is a weapon break system in this game, but Coconut is wearing a bracelet right now that makes it so that basically all his weapons have lose no durability. But if you do, end up hitting someone. There we go. First try. Good job. Because now that's always a difficult one.
Yeah, just diving down to the boss arena here.
So if you use a weapon breaks, the attack causing the break does 5 times damage, and if you're using a bow and arrow, you get double damage if it's a headshot. So this boss has 4,000 or 5,000 HP, and we're about to do 15,000 damage to him.
Yeah, there we go. And if you saw real quick, it flashed. The bow is broken, so I can no longer use that weapon. So we have a couple prepared here to use throughout the run. Yeah.
And now we're on to stage 3. Now, stage 3 is stage 4. That was stage 3. I always forget about the first stage because it goes by in a minute. Stage 4 here is actually really interesting. It's based off one of my favorite episodes, episode 30, the cemetery. But unfortunately, it also is one of the safest stages in the game. So there's a invisible collider ceiling on top of all the walls. So there's no way to get out in most of the areas in this game. So there's not much shortcuts here. You're going to see Coconut basically use a hover dive to avoid 1 or 2 mobs, but he mainly has to fight a few mobs. So now would be a good time to do some donations if we have any.
Yeah, if there's any.
Certainly. Thank you to Draco Banana for the $50 donation. They say, what a great first day of AGDQ. Good luck on the run, Coconut.
Oh, thank you.
And then thank you to Precaution90. They say, for the $25 donation, and they say, been looking forward to seeing Samurai Jack run all day. Thank you to my wife, Tia, for letting me take over the TV tonight. Good luck to all the runners.
Awesome.
Time for a couple more?
Yeah, we have some time, yeah.
Great. Anonymous donates $250.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Love to tune into this event and watch people expertly tear a game to pieces for a good cause. You are all doing amazing work. Thank you so much to all the players and organizers.
That was probably that Armor Jack did, right?
That's probably where all that money came from. Money Train donates $25 and says, "Aku! Good luck on the run, Coconut."
Hey, thanks. Yeah, Money was actually the one of the members of our community that found the hover dive mainly.
Yeah, he gave us the first glitch where if you're not doing the hover dive, what happens is you can do another air attack after the first dive. So you could dive into a dive, but you would always go down. And then we discovered that if you push the light attack and tried canceling into a light attack, you get the hover dive.
Yep. And then while this level seems to be kind of just dragging on, we do have to be extra careful here because there is an enemy that starts appearing from this level where it's literally just a zombie that comes up from underground and can pretty much just hold on to you, causing you to pretty much get stun locked for a couple seconds.
Yeah, they like to burrow underground, and Jack will register that they're close by even though they can't be hit, and he'll try shooting off into nothingness. And then it'll take sometimes they also have the longest animations in the game before they have a hitbox.
Hey, dodge me twice.
Yeah, the AI is different. There we go. Just pelt the mid boss. I've always hated that guy. Okay, we're coming up in after 2 more mob fights. We're going to be using the hover dive to do a small skip that helps out a lot. Mm-hmm. So we have probably time for one more donation if you have it.
Certainly. Thank you to Forever Ranger 91 for your $5.55 donation. They say, hey, AFC, Matt, and SD, KRDK here, just wanting to say how exciting it is to finally see this game at a GDQ. It has been a long and winding road to get to the game to where it is now. You're an amazing runner. Can't wait for you to show it off. Far cry from when we had just, when it was one skip, the ESS. Remember to not get a cood.
So right now, thanks a lot, KRDK. So right now we're seeing we just did the first skip. Because normally you fight 3 mobs here, with the middle mob only having 1 wave and the other ones having 3 to 4. And what you saw right there is that we skipped the first mob to land into the middle mob, and then we're able to skip the last mob by precision timing us into the end. And now here's all those zombies we talked about earlier.
Let's see. Hey, let me turn the auto aim back on here.
So
Yeah,
as you
see
can see,
right
they like to
there,
burrow
yeah.
underground. And they'll
Yeah, they
either
just
grab you by
burrow
the leg
underground.
or do a shuriken into your face.
Okay.
Okay, we only need one ki for the boss, so everyone remembers this guy. Bye, guy.
Nice. There we go.
Do you know the Beetle stance? So Jack has 2 hidden taunts in this game, and underneath his fist move list, they're not listed on the move list, but basically one is the Beetle stance that he asks the monks from the episode 36, Jack, the monks, and the ancient master's son. Always a crowd pleaser.
Yeah. Yeah, so here, I think you saw maybe the first time of our use of the Ancient King's Mace. It was the boss, the third stage's boss, their weapon. See, here we have it on our back. You can actually grab that boss and take the weapon. And it's really good.
It's a mace for him, but it's a hammer, like weapon, a 2-handed hammer for everyone else. And it's a 5-star damage weapon for the hammer category. The game is divided amongst 5 different categories of weapons. I know you don't get to see it much in Coconut's runs here because he just uses a bow and arrow, but it has some depth into the game. It's really nice.
Yeah, and it's not the only weapon that you can grab. So, like, there's a few different, like, one other boss that you can steal their weapon from?
As well as various other, like, mid-tier weapons that you can pick up from enemies themselves.
Yep.
But here we are in stage 5 now. We're almost halfway through the game. This takes place in Aku City, though we're only really going to see the sewers, and that's it. Sorry, guys. If you liked Aku City from episode 1, or 2, technically, I'm sorry that you're only going to see it for a little bit here. But we do have time for a few more donations until we get to that point.
Thank you so much. We just got one in from Lemora. Thank you for your $10 donation. They say, proud of you, Coconut. Go fast. We're cheering you on in Alice's Discord. Woo!
Hey. Thanks, Lemora. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you to William for your $25 donation. They say, had to stay up late to catch the Samurai Jack run. This is my first time seeing a game I worked on at a GDQ, and I can't wait to see all the creative ways it gets broken. Shout out to the Adult Swim Games team, and good luck to a Flying Coconut.
Hey.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wow.
That's really cool. Yeah.
That is really cool.
Shout out to the Adult Swim Games team from us, too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and if you like seeing the game be broken, just wait another minute here. So those sewers that we just went through, we're actually going to be backtracking and going back. But instead of going back through them, we're going to be going back over them.
Yeah, Aku City itself is like one of our many different skips that we found throughout the game. Unfortunately, we don't get to see any of them besides this one.
Okay, let me try not to fall here.
This level is pretty much a 60% backtrack for us.
There we go. All right, now time for the voyage.
Yeah, so we're trying to get back to the starting point where we believe the origin of the map is, because there's a T-posing Jack just chilling down there below the sewer, and if we jump into him, if we jump into him, then it's going to load the end of the second third of the map.
There we
where
go.
we fight the Imakandi, and hopefully we'll equip some piercing arrows here to take them all out really fast.
There we go.
And they're gone. There we go.
Back quick.
Nice. All right. That's one of the skips I was most nervous about messing up.
But the stage is not over yet because Josephine and Ezekiel have grabbed Jack and held him aboard on the train. So now we're going to be fighting through a bunch of mobs until eventually we get to Zeke first, and then Josephine, followed by 2 more Zekes, and then together at last, both of them at the same time.
Yep.
There we go.
So right now we're just trying to get like 3 Ki's going here. Ideally, there we go. There's the 3rd Ki.
Yeah.
Because this is like endgame Jack, highest level, he has a skill which gives him a 10% for each stored Ki, so he's doing an extra 30% damage with that.
Okay.
And there's
first
Zeke.
one.
And the interesting thing with Zeke is that if you end up knocking him down where he's stunned onto the ground like that, you can just throw him and he's gone.
Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the first time we're going to fight him, and it's not the last. Yep.
Nope.
I think it's the only time we're going to be throwing him, I think. No, yeah. Maybe second
Maybe.
time. Depends on how well it
so,
goes.
we have enough Ki, yeah.
The second time he just likes to kind of
So
disappear.
Josephine, you can just use piercing arrows, and hopefully she just eventually disappears.
Oh, let's see here.
Oh.
Want to get our damage all the way up as much as we can.
Yeah, because we want to one-shot Zeke.
There we go.
That area we just skip basically that fight entirely. It's very difficult and annoying to fight because he can fall off to the left or right, and you just have to wait for him to get back into the ring. So by yeeting him with one Ki mace, Ki hammer, you're basically just saving yourself a lot of time.
All right.
And now we're going to get both at the same time, and
Sweet.
there goes stage 5.
There you go. Stage 5. That was the only 2D boss fight. Nice. All right, now this next stage. Oh my gosh, this one's pretty nerve-wracking.
This is the one that we found the hover dive on. And it's going to be, so what's going to happen here is we're basically, the first half of the stage is loaded. We're trying to get to a checkpoint near the second half to load the second half. And if all goes well, we don't have to fight a single person into the final boss. We just got to take out these rocket launchers because
take out those guys.
They can do it, but we're going to just go right over top with the hover dive and jump on top of the barrier here into the out of bounds barrier. And normally that barrier wouldn't be there unless the mob fight started. That's why we have to trigger the mob fight.
Yep.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to reach the out of barriers area. And you can go left to trigger the checkpoint to load the second half of the level, but it looks like Coconut's going in for the long haul here.
Yep,
now,
we're doing it.
Yeah, that giant abyss between us and that castle over there. We're trying to hit right dead in the center, which would be 2 hover dives and then a dive, and hopefully we can.
I think we got it.
It looks like we're going to make it.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
But
If I
we're
fall
not
there,
out
I
of the frying
basically have to
pan yet.
restart the whole.
Yeah.
And
Well, right here is an invisible ground floor, which hopefully we can hit the collision for. And
Nice,
it looks like we did it. Good job.
now Coconut made that look a heck of a lot easier than it is.
And everyone's favorite Scaramouche.
Yeah.
Yep. So essentially for this fight, we are just going to be dealing a bunch of damage to the point where he just goes out of bounds, pull out some arrows, aim at him while he pulls out his flute.
There we go.
Hopefully destroy the flute within 3 arrows, and then that way it makes it so that way he can't spawn additional adds afterwards and brings him right back into the battle.
And there we go. The flute's broken, so just clearing out the additional adds that did spawn for the first one. And now we just hope that he just dies as fast as possible.
Yep.
So again, what he's doing right now is he's canceling the
one
Reaper
more.
recovery with a movement.
Yeah, if you notice, I'm walking forward that whole time.
Choo.
As you can see, it was still fine.
And there's stage 6.
Yep.
So now starts my personal favorite stage, stage 7. This is where Jack is being attacked by the Daughters of Aku. So basically, we're just trying to make sure we get at least one Ki ready for the boss fight. And this is the infamous stage that KRDK earlier alluded to, with called the ESS skip, which I'll let Striking discuss later about when he comes up to that. And then we're just going to be using the hover dive to get over a few mobs.
Yes, and then there's a mini boss fight that we're also going to try to skip by doing another one of the launches against a slope. Yeah.
So here's that first fight with the Daughters of Aku. And just like the TV show, Jack's going to be like, I'm running. Sorry, guys.
Oh God.
Oh no.
This is a little difficult because, again, you have to get within the perfect angle to go up and just barely make it over top of the wall.
Short, yep. All right, let's get it this time. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
There we go. Over the barrier.
Yeah, if you fail that, the sisters will definitely gang up on you and just make it impossible to do any kind of movement.
Yeah, they can really lock you in the corner there. Yeah.
Now, sometimes you can run into the wall here and it can push you down, but it looks like Coconut got it right. Just barely. Just do another one. Oh,
yeah. I almost recovered it there pretty well. Okay, over the barrier. Nice.
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't hit you with the rocket spam.
Yeah,
you can just see one just
rapid
whiz
fire.
by.
Yeah, those rockets are rapid fire.
Yeah, so we're coming up on the pre-aforementioned skipped. The reason why it's called ESS is that it was the community name. It's called the Elephant Sister Skip. So within the second room right after this one, so like there's this one, another
more
one,
mobs.
destroy a statue. Yeah. And then there will be this elephant statue. We defeat the mob in there, and then there's a trigger in the next room. From there, we destroy the trigger. Elephant moves forward, opens a hole. That hole is the key, as well as the move technique jump good.
Just like the previous level, it will despawn the first area and then give us the second half of the level.
Yep, and then essentially the first half does completely just despawn, which is really cool. And then we can choose from one of like 35 different paths that we have discovered that leads us straight to the boss. But Coconut here will be taking the more direct route, where he will just hop on top of the room that we're in right now, and then just hyper dash all the way to the end.
There we go. All right,
so,
and then, the whole rest of the level's unloaded from where we went.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Now, this is a little tricky for
yep.
Coconut. Like, he has to focus in on this because sometimes he misses the trigger for the cutscene. And unfortunately, if you do die from the fall and everything, then you have the elephant's on top of your head, so you can't get out through the same way again once you reload checkpoint.
Yep. And this whole skip allows us to do bypass 2 to 3 battles with the daughters.
It can be like 20-ish to 30 minutes of time saved.
Right.
Yeah.
And then up here, stage 8.
Yeah, this is the second to last stage already. This run is actually going surprisingly really well.
Yeah, this is based off episodes 99 and 100 of Samurai Jack's the TV show. We're going to be going into the prison ship where we fight the Lazarus. But this is also the safest stage in the game because we're going indoors. And unfortunately, we haven't found a way to go through collision yet. We found ways to go over and around, but not through. There's only one small area for collision. So feel free to give out any donation shout-outs now.
Yep.
Certainly. Thank you to, I love this name. Thank you to Vanilla Waifu for your $10 donation. They say, every year my fiance and I look forward to AGDQ. It's like a beloved holiday for us. We are especially excited to watch the Samurai Jack run because our best friend Ponton will be helping with commentating. We both wish you, along with all of the commentators and runners playing this week, the best of luck. Also, can't wait to see Coconut jump good.
Hey, thank you.
No, and then projectile cancel into a dive good. Which is what we should have
named some more though. Yeah.
We have more than enough time for a little more. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks to DSmon for your $15 donation. They say, as someone that did QA on this game, all I gotta say is, yeah, my bad. Good luck on the run, Coconut.
That's good.
You did a good job. You did a good job in the QA.
We'll be completely honest here. We love the game so much so that we multiple of us have bought multiple copies.
I can tell you someone else who loves the game. How about 8-Way Funds with your $5 donation? Thank you so much. And they simply say in all caps, "I am so excited. Let's go, Coconut!"
Thanks, I'm gonna get hit by the ladder.
And then thank you to YouGamer81 for your $5 dono. They say, Samurai Jack was a major part of my childhood, and I was so excited for Season 5 and the finale after several years, and now I'm ecstatic to see this show represented in GDQ this year. Jump good and get back to the past, Coconut.
Right on.
So I think we have time for one more.
Great, okay. Eric donates $25, thank you, and they say, okay, I'm awake. Best of luck, Coco Nerd.
All right, so this area right here is basically, you normally would have to fight 3 areas to open up 3 locks to access the door right here in front of us. Yep. However, for some reason, there's no collision above this door. So if you happen to be able to jump high enough, just like not that, you'll be able to make it through the collision.
Yeah, so essentially what's nice about this skip is that we are skipping about 9 waves of enemies and about 6 to 10 seconds of Jack trying to figure out how to use a computer 3 times.
Which is a great animation.
Amazing animation, yeah.
It's one of my favorites. That and the lifting of the chest, like the heaving of the chest.
Yeah, it's one of my best. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the best.
He basically looks at it like a computer, like he doesn't know what a computer is, and then just randomly pushes buttons. It's so good.
Yes.
But we're coming up against the mid-boss here, the Lazarus. Now, the problem with the previous skip is that you miss out on the cutscene to get the big bomb. Luckily, this is a New Game Plus run, so we happen to have the big bomb available for us. Yep. You are only allowed to carry 1 at a time in your inventory, so we can't stack them up, unfortunately. But we have backups for that. And then we're going to fight 2 more mob waves right here.
Yep. And then if you guys notice all these little purple slugs that are going around, the big one that Coconut killed earlier is essentially a spawner for these, and we'll continuously spawn them up until the point where I think they lose HP.
They basically disappear from the map for some reason.
Yeah.
High memory restrictions.
Yeah, but all of these do spew acid, which is unblockable, and if you try to defend against it, it will do durability damage against your weapons. So these can definitely be harmful to your run if you're not using the durability amulet.
Yes. Which I don't think I am right now, but that's okay.
with his amulet on, he should not be seeing any of those like the weapon is about to break warnings.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can't break weapons. You cannot break weapons if you're using a ki. Thankfully. So which is what we have 2 ki's in store right here. There is a backup in case you don't have a second one. You can just use the sword ki with a power boost. But here we're just going to use our mighty hammer that we got off the Ancient King.
There we go. I'm just going to pop it twice. There we go. All right, on to the last stage already. Oh my gosh.
Now, stage 9 is a tower with 5 floors. Technically, 6 floors. With a shop floor on floor 3 and Aku waiting for us on the top. So this is basically just going to be a giant gauntlet run of a bunch of waves of enemies we've already fought throughout the stages. So while Coconut's doing that, again, if you have any more donations, feel free to shout them out.
Yeah, this is essentially just going to be a big mob rush to the top.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you to Vinny for your $25 donation. They say, donating in honor of my newborn. He came just in time to witness his first GDQ of many. He's very excited to help beat cancer.
Aww.
Hey.
Aww, how cute.
Very sweet.
I hope he beats it too.
Thank you to Totem for the $50 donation. And they say, thank you for years and years of AGDQ enjoyment. Thank you, Totem. Thanks for being here, and thank you for your donation.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you to Blim Page for your $50 donation. They say, GDQ has been keeping me entertained and inspired for years. This is the first year I can afford to donate and help to destroy cancer. Let's go!
Oh, thank you.
So coming up here, we're going to be fighting Demongo in the final form. This Demongo has the most health of any enemy in the game at 30,000 HP on this difficulty. So we're just going to yeet him with hopefully 2 shots with the 2 breaking bows. There's one and getting the headshot. Now, if we miss the second one, we have the backup, but it's difficult to miss that shot. And he doesn't even get a chance to say no because he gets split in half through this piercing arrow. Okay. And if you end up using an explosive arrow or a Reaper attack in that one, then he'll shatter like the T-1000.
Yep.
Which is always just good fun.
So while we're coming up here, we have 2 more two more floors left, including this one. So I'm going to go ahead and use this time to kind of tell you guys how the final fight is supposed to go. So we're essentially trying to save up for at least 2 ki here, mainly just because we're going to hammer Aku twice with our hammer ki, which is the quickest for us. But unfortunately, there is a downside to that. For whatever reason in the coding, Aku can act very strange to hammer ki and even just to hammer in general. There's 2 different things that can go on. One of them is that he just becomes invulnerable and we have to reset. The second thing that can go on is that he just decides to say, no, I don't feel like finishing this fight. I'll see you next time, you foolish samurai warrior. And just kind of disappear out of bounds to never return, where you have to reset and start to fight all over again. And unfortunately, both ends are kind of a run killer. We have seen plenty of personal bests and on track for world record get completely demolished by this glitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aku does turn invisible, or he decides to leave the arena altogether, and you have to restart checkpoint, and it just kills your entire run.
Yep.
Yeah, and then one nice thing to know about Aku is that, because I am bringing this up because it actually happened very recently to me, just actually this morning. So, Aku, during a black screen, right before the whole fight comes apparent on your screen, Aku will try to cheap shot you. Sometimes you will see lasers firing right at you. Sometimes you'll be a little bit of a firebolt. But if you try to dash, light, cancel movement during the black screen, there's a good chance where you will literally just fall right through the bottom of the map and just have to restart the fight anyway.
Yep.
Well, here we go. We're coming up on times.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to be coming up on time here.
So, it's just going to be one more fight, one last time.
Yep. That's his second taunt ability there. All right. Try to get over here. He hit me right there. Yeah.
As the essence of evil, he decided to throw a cheap shot while the screen was dark.
All All right, yeah, so coming up time as soon as he's dead here.
Okay, we should got him.
There we go.
There we go.
Time. All right, and I'll bump this over to the hidden cutscene at the end. This was the canon ending that Ponton was talking about at the beginning, which is it's really good. I think it's a solid ending to the franchise there. But hey, so thanks everyone. That was Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. Hope you enjoyed the run. Big shout outs to everyone who donated, to all the AGDQ staff and volunteers for everything they do. Regarding the game, we're always looking for more runners. So if you're interested in running the game or just checking it out, more than welcome to come join our community Discord. Check out our speedrun.com page. We have runners for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. So all platforms are competitive, and timing is fine as well because we use those in-game time stage summary screens. I'll give a quick shout out to friends and family for supporting me, and I'll pass it over to Ponton and Striking if they want to say anything quick.
Yeah, I just wanted to take this chance as a big, longtime fan of Samurai Jack to make sure I thank creator Gendy Tartakovsky, as well as story writer Derek Bachman of the game and Season 5. I think they did a good job here working with Soleil and making a very fun game. We really do enjoy it, even with all the skips that you see now, and we're still looking at it almost every day. I also wanted to give a shout out to those at Soleil who worked on the project, as well as those on Adult Swim, including producer Yoshifuru Okamoto, game design advisor and Dead or Alive Ninja Gaiden veteran Katsunori Ihara, and supreme advisor Tomonobu Itagaki. Lastly, everyone over at the Samurai Jack Battle Through Time Discord who've helped me, as well as everyone else, grow in this game in the past 2 years to where it is today.
And I would also like to thank everybody at GDQ, the staff, the volunteers, the people behind the scenes, the tech producers and all that. They're all wonderful people. I'd also like to thank chat. I also like to thank our community, everybody that's been so wonderful, and everybody that's had to put up with me because this is my first time actually at a GDQ event doing a commentary and stuff like this, so I've been heckishly nervous. I would also like to say thanks to all of my friends who are probably watching. You guys have really kept me there when I've been running this, so you guys are all awesome. And I also like to thank Matt and Coconut for obviously being there for us, and especially Coconut for even just starting the page, allowing us to actually run this game.
Hey, sure.
And thanks to AGDQ.
Yeah, thank you guys. If anyone wants to keep up with any of us, follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. One last quick shout out to everyone donating, contributing again. Awesome cause. So proud to be a part of it, and we can beat cancer together, everyone. So thank you sincerely. But enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Wow, thank you so much, Matt, Striking, and a Flying Coconut. That was an incredible run. We got more incredible runs ahead. Up next, we got Right by Lyncher, and that's going to be a blast. But I would like to speak to you about a few donations that came in during that run. Thank you to King Toad 21 for your $25 donation. They say, amazing Samurai Jack run. Stoked to be back watching GDQ. I think we can all agree with that sentiment, King Toad 21. Thank you so much for that donation. Thank you to Thunder for your $50 donation. They say, y'all are doing a great job, great run, and thanks to GDQ for continuing to care so much about those around them. Aw, thank you, Thunder. Labdrat donates $50 and says, we have a $50 donation from Labdrat with a comment saying, best of luck, keep up the wonderful work, and thanks for the show. Thank you very much. Do we have time for another donation? And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these words. Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget, you're watching Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online, powered by Twitch. I'm your host, Brutal Mello, and I'm excited to bring to you some donations. We've got $10 from Danny, who says, almost forgot AGDQ was happening, so this is a nice surprise. So excited to tune in this week. Keep it up, runners and crew, and let's get that Monkey Ball bonus game.